Hey guys, it's your boy Mauzy from Platinum Heroes, and we're back with some more Hero Rising. It's gonna be quite a funny one, I have to say. Including recording the VOD, I almost started streaming for some reason, but it is what it is. Guys, this is gonna be probably the last Ghost River game that you'll see from me. And this game is basically one of the more frustrating examples on why I just simply don't find myself on this map. I don't like the vertical. I don't like I'm used to like cross spawn, not like vertical, like, you know, top spawn or like horizontal or whatnot. Like I don't like those type of maps. So Amphion is off the table. Ghost River is off the table. I really don't like these. If these were like 4-player spawn locations, then I would be happy. Anyways, we kick it off with a ZvT, and it's funny that I've been watching Rainer versus Clem on this in WTL, and I believe Lambo, who casted with Rotty, mentioned that Zerg has to open with pool first in order to do something. And look at that. We might have died to the Reapers, I guess, but I'm not exactly sure. So 6 Lings would not really do anything against like 3 Reapers, in my opinion, especially because my speed would have been delayed. So thank God I did not do it, because we're going to face the infamous 2-Rax Reaper. I think at this point it's like there's no Hero Rising without 2-Rax Reaper, right? I guess it is what it is. Anyways, what we are going to try here is go for spine crawlers. So I've been experimenting on how it would be comfortable for me even if I fall behind, and this is one way to actually keep my mineral line safe, but still so annoying. So I'm also delaying my speed, which is absolutely garbage tier. My Lings are spawning finally, but the Reaper is so fast that my Lings on this map don't even spawn by the time the Reaper is here. So I remember I was hating on Golden Aura and Alcyone. Man, I love those maps. Man, I love those maps. So here I should basically bring it back into the thing. Also, first game of the day, you know, there's a huge heat wave here. I'm not going to make too many excuses, but even now I'm chugging down my 3rd bottle of liquid today. And by liquid I mean like water, tea, stuff like that, you know, with ice. So here we can see that I almost lose my queen. It's absolutely disastrous start for me right now. I'm trying to get more queens because queens could deal with Reapers. I'm like, surely there's like parking Reapers over there, right? I mean, surely I cannot take this 4th base, right? I even parked over here and tried to go for like a quick one, but I'm like, okay, whatever. I suppose it is what it is. So I managed to take a 3rd base, which is a W in itself. I see that he is basically researching or going to research Stim from there, or I suppose it's gonna be Stim. I actually haven't checked. Maybe I should have checked after the replay, because there's going to be something that I think Dark used to do quite a lot when he saw this type of thing, and the add-ons were on this side, like the outside of the whole thing. So I tried to spread some creep on both sides, and I tried to not fall extremely behind on it. But the problem is, like, I am massively supply blocked. I pull back into gas. I am considering, okay, I'm gonna move across. I'm gonna destroy that tech lab because it is researching something. So might as well just deny it, right? I mean, it would be quite nice. In the meantime, yeah, so this is what I see here. He is going for a factory, which is kind of standard. So I'm going to expect Hellions, maybe some Cyclones, but mostly Hellions. Now I could have gone for that reactor as well, maybe, I'm not sure, but I'd rather, like, you know, now I actually saw the factory, but I'm still like, okay, let's send in this Overlord, because I know what the follow-up is going to be. It's going to be like Hellions, so I'm trying to prepare accordingly. But obviously I don't know, like there's you know, death taxes and me suffering worker loss. damage from Hellions.
The swarm is threatened. Queen's
Like
all
these are the guarantees in life. That's pretty much it. I'm massively supply blocked again. Go for my lair. Relatively standard timing on the lair as well, second gas as well. And this time around I actually learned my lesson. Although I wanted to take 2 of these. I don't know why I just put a single spore there. I kind of hate that they can just literally walk in without any issues whatsoever and just take down either my overlord, you know, or they just take down half of my mineral line while they harassing my third or my fourth or whatever. Okay, I see the thing. I go for my bailing speed. Obviously that's not going to be done in time. Now my creep strat once again is dog shit, so forgive me about it. I will actually try to get back into that, but I have not been feeling the game at all, to be honest. Like, all I have is basically the quote-unquote glory days of like 3700 MMR. But since I tried to split here, and honestly not like super awful splits. It's not the end of the world. I also forget to like take a fourth. I try to take it now. So I kind of survive. I somewhat survive. I go for 1-1. Try to not fall behind too much on upgrades because I try to play Ling Bane. Now, playing Ling Bane is nice and all, but if the Terran plays mines, it's going to be a shit show. Tanks and mines as well, then it's even bigger of a shit show. And obviously I gave the information to my opponent that I'm playing Ling Bane, so
under attack.
Potentially going to have some issues with that. Now I tried to go for
now anyway.
For the surround onto these Hellions, and I managed to do so. So this is actually not bad. I'm trying to surround it and just take them down. I'm not sure. I'm all over the place with my hotkeys, and honestly, at this point, I have no information. I should scout. But then again, my mind is like full of like negative thoughts, right? My mindset is like, fuck this map, I hate this map so badly. And then you see something like your hotkeys being like fucked up, and then you're like, oh my god, it's like, oh, one more drone, like, oh my god, like, please just stop, just let me do something. Now I go for an infestation pit. I try to take a hive. I try to go for a hydrogen for some anti-air support, take down medevacs, because I've been trying to incorporate Hydras. For some reason, I am not too big of a fan of playing Hydras. For some reason, I feel like I just literally get destroyed when I play Hydras. Now I tried to go for the mines. I even detonate those Balings manually. I'm like, okay, I tried to box a couple of those Balings and just, you know, blow up the mines. At least my links should survive. I pull back, but this is a choke point, so it is quite difficult to actually break this. Tried to go for this, but I think I misclicked there, and I suffer tremendous damage. This is the problem. If I have like 20 lings and they surround the mine, I just lose them. Now here I do another misclick. Wouldn't be a misclick if I had creep here, obviously. Now I have to move out and just fight off creep to actually catch him. So it's kind of annoying. I tried to start 2-2 because I have the money for it, but now that I think about it, maybe I should have tried to like set up a surround from like the 4th base, because I have a bit of creep there, but it's absolutely like tragic on how this whole game goes. Now here, once again, my mistake is going to be like trying to attack here, and yeah, I don't know, it's terrible. I catch a couple of mines here, which is not bad. I blow them up. I tried to go for that, and now I tried to pull back and just get a couple of lings.
She's disappointing.
But I feel like I'm slow. I'm like sloppy with my clicking and everything. My queens are not in position. This game is all over the place. Typical first game of the day, but it is what it is. I also failed to transfuse. That's another mistake that I started doing again. It's kind of funny that I used to not do it. Also, I kind of didn't even realize what's happening here, and I'm once again like stretch thin. I lose my hatchery. Luckily, I have the good habit of taking my my main on my nat. Sorry, my lair on my nat and my hive on my nat. At this point, I'm like going for hive. If I survive this, I survive. I should have control-clicked the links here. You know, like, normally I do these things, but once the game gets chaotic, like infinitely chaotic, I do a hell a lot of mistakes. I try to do something here. I'm trying to like retake that hatchery. I thought I retook it already. Like I don't have any rally points set up for that macro hatch either. It's all a terrible, disastrous game so far. And it's not the end. It's still not the end. So here I'm trying to like survive and potentially go for a counter attack, but I don't have Hydra speed, so my Hydras arrived extremely late. Yeah, it's a bit of a frustrating loss that I'm going to suffer here, because at this point I'm dead. I'm on 2 mining bases. My economy sucks. I should be maxed out by far, and yeah, trying to send them in to actually get a couple of mine shots. Even just drag them on top of him, trying to go for it, but there's like 2 tanks surrounding me and there's not enough lings and banelings, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You can see it on my face. I'm super frustrated. I'm trying to like get something, but yeah.
Don't worry, it's not about winning or losing.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, this guy was already on 5 bases. Macro polo indeed. So this is the first game, and you can see it. I let this part in because you can see. I'm thinking, is it gonna be Crimson Court or Dynasty? Surely not Amphion, but I was like, okay, maybe we're not frustrated enough with Crimson Court to actually do the thing. To actually go for Dynasty, because Dynasty sucks against anything that is Zerg. Actually, even versus Zerg. Speaking of Zerg, we continue with a ZvZ, and I know this person. This person is sometimes cheesy, sometimes tries to macro, so I'm like, okay, my best bet is probably my most comfortable 15-14-14. And so I try to go for that. For those who don't know what the 15-14-14 is, it is a speedling flood. You go for a 15 hatchery. So let's just do it like this. So you go for 2 drones. The first drone makes an extractor. You make another drone, cancel the extractor, so you're 15 out of 14. You get that supply block. And then the last drone that has been created, the 15th drone, goes down, takes a natural. Now you take a gas. And the way I like to do it, the most optimal would be when you have when the gas, like the mineral count reaches 75, you take the gas and you instantly take the drone. So 50 minerals remain, and you basically are free to take another drone right away. So you always maximize your efficiency, because this is like a really mineral heavy build. So the one drone that you actually took after you took the gas, it's going to take the spawning pool, and then you make another drone pool, 3 into gas instantly, you don't rally, and then you make an overlord. So you go for hatch, gas, pool, and you basically make an overlord only after that. So the idea is that you pull out at exactly 100 gas. That is your best bet to actually make it work. And I even pull out at like 76 gas, so by the time my pool finishes, I'll be like 4 gas away, and then I pull out my last drone. But I'm going to be able to take 4 pairs of lings and my queen right away. So you take another overlord at 24 or 25. 24 is probably a bit better. I try to hide my eggs over here. You probably saw that there's like no drones here. I should have the habit to actually pull down at least like 1 or 2 drones, so I see what's happening. Because if I want to sell it for a 15-15 opener, which is the 15 hatch, 15 overlord, 15 pool, and then like 17 gas. In that case, I need to pull down a couple of workers, because that would have like 3 workers already there by the time the overlord arrives. So that should be
Not
it.
enough energy.
Alright, so I move out at 255, which is kind of like 12 seconds before the whole thing finishes. Now, he does the correct response here. He is acting like this is indeed a committed speedling flood. And I'm hoping that this map is not that long to actually not be in time. I obviously start attacking the wall. That's my best bet. And I see that he is going for a spine crawler as well. And he's trying to like re-wall behind it. So he is doing the correct moves. You cannot really be mad, although it is frustrating. Unlucky as well. He knew the correct response. I feel like this build is okay in like a best of series, on like a, I don't know, a Crimson Court or like a maybe a Golden Aura. No, I don't think a Golden Aura works. Something with like a big entrance, like a Crimson Court, where you can barely wall off and re-wall behind it, because this one is like a bit easier to re-wall because you can like SimCity it. He also places a spine over there. I actually pull all my links, which is obviously a mistake. And here I am like slowly but surely losing the grip over the game. It's really frustrating. I'm trying to put down a baling nest because I know I have to like start macroing at least a bit from here. So my next plan is gonna be to go for Lingbane.
We got no minerals.
I have a feeling that my opponent is going for Lingbane as well, as that kind of is the best defense against this, in my opinion. So I am trying to go up to like 19 drones, I believe.
Not enough minerals.
I try to like pull out of gas and all that stuff. You know, I constantly pull out and pull into gas whenever I have to. I'm looking at it, trying to see how many I have. So I'm trying to go for like 17 on, sorry, 18 on minerals, 1 in gas, up to like almost a full mineral line, like 1 gas, 1 mineral line.
Are you saturated yet?
Basically, that's what I'm trying to do here. I see that he has banelings as well, so I've tried to morph a couple of banelings, and I know that I have to defend. The problem is, like I saw that he cancelled his third, but I figured that that money is going to come back somewhere. Like, he cancels it 225 minerals. That's like a bunch of like bailing money as well. Now here I misclick a bit. I lose kind of too many links. I actually lose quite a lot of bailings. I make another round of links, and I try to just, you know, flood him if possible. But I also try to go up to like a certain amount of drones. Now here, I believe somebody in the comments who's like Hirememar or has some kind of a weird way of playing this out, or just has like the idea of what I should have done. Let me know, because I think here I should have like continued macroing, and I should have basically taken the third base, I believe. I think that would have been like a cool thing to do. Now I kill a bunch of lings. I think I brought 2 banelings, which is not optimal, but yeah, it is what it is. So trying to get sort of favorable trades. Obviously this is not favorable. It's going to blow them up. That's obviously a mistake when I realized like, okay, well, fuck it, this is like going terrible. But this one was actually a really good one, so I think that kept me in the game. We were kind of equal here. So I tried to go for a roach horn, which is honestly a dumb move right now. Tried to deny his third base though, because I realized that, oh shit, I should have gone for a third base. I also like to hotkey my bailings separately. I take another gas, because obviously you can barely play Link Roach on 1 gas. Link Bane Roach is probably impossible even off of 2 gases, but I still try to make it work, you know. Because I'm like that Giga Chat from high school who thought that he's like the smartest guy and has no idea. Except I like to think that I was sort of smart, or at least I was good at certain subjects, you know, so maybe that counts as smart, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, my third base is non-existent. If I take a third base now, it's basically just over. I don't know, like it's terrible. And I can actually feel it. Like, I think I had somewhat of a chance if I went into the main, or if I went for, I don't know. Maybe if I have taken down the wall. Maybe. There's so many maybes in my head right now. I am not exactly sure. So here I'm thinking, okay, can I actually go in? Can I actually go in? Can I surround that queen maybe?
Not enough gas.
And I surround that queen. And I kill that queen. Which is not a bad move, but I lose a lot of links here. And I see roaches here. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Well, I also have a couple of roaches. Now can we do something? Maybe if I target fire the roaches. Then I target fire those roaches. Microing the Link Bane, and on top of that, just focus firing roaches is actually hella difficult. But I'm kind of winning this fight, so maybe I should have recovered here. Sorry, you should have pulled back here and just tried to go for a couple more units, you know, because I had the advantage. Now he's gonna have the defender's advantage. I should have literally just taken down that hatchery, and I would have probably been fine. And taken, if I would have taken like 5 minutes ago, if I would have taken a third base, I probably would have been in a decent spot.
You need more gas for that.
So the lesson that I learned here, if I see a full wall off, I'll try to force as many units as possible. I start making drones, and I'll start pulling back into gas, at least 2. And I make like banelings or roaches. Maybe I even take like a second thing. Now here I go for a lair. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. Like, this is terrible. I don't know why I did that. I don't think that at this point the lair will do anything. Like, 10-minute lair, ladies and gentlemen. It happened. Mauzy playing hatch tech at 10 minutes, taking a third base at like 9:30. It happens all on Hero Rising. We learn from these mistakes. I'm not going to like get excuses or anything like that, but I'll be honest, it's difficult to play with even now a tad bit later after I cooled myself and all that stuff.
Find that play button.
It's 26.5 degrees. I saw the mutas, by the way, and I was thinking that my opponent should go mutas, and I was like, yeah, sure. And here, I think here I stop, because even after losing stuff, I'm like 27 links on my side and 12 on his, so unlucky. I knew I could have pulled back and probably be ahead. Anyways, so that's a solid 0-2. Now we play a third ZvZ against Donerman or Dönerman. I don't know if it's German, Turkish. I don't know. Like, I have no idea. It's a Dönerman. I would call him. I don't know. Like, let's. Maybe it's a bad idea to actually try to get his name right. Anyways, we're going to play a.
No minerals for that.
We're gonna play a 3-hatch Lingbane attack.
Need more minerals.
At least that's my plan here. So I'm going for the standard 16 hatch, 18 gas, 17 pool. I pull into gas. Everything just super standard opener.
No minerals for that. Not enough minerals.
And watch my second overlord. So my second overlord is literally, I misclicked. Did you see that? If you look at the minimap, my second overlord is returning for some reason. My second overlord should have went to the third base, so I see if there's a third base or not. And I believe my next overlord can actually go like to the other third base, the one that is kind of protected by the mineral wall. And if I wouldn't have seen anything, then I probably would have like had more of a grasp on what I should do. Here I'm contemplating, okay, I need to send it over there. So yeah, I'm not going to spoil what's coming for me, but let's just put it this way. So I see that it's a standard 16 hatch opener, so nothing too fancy. And here, I'm pretty sure I'm like looking at the minimap and all that stuff. I'm looking at the minimap and I'm like, wait, where's my second overlord? Where the heck is my second overlord? Wait, shouldn't my second overlord just be there? Like, shouldn't I know if there's like anything? I'm like, should I move? I'm even moving this close to see if there's like a drone moving out, but like, I'm not exactly sure. Like, what is this? What are we doing here? Okay, I take my third base. And I see my overlord. I'm like, oh, fucking hell. And I move it to the side and I'll see that there's like literally nothing. And at this point, I'm like, you know, a super tad bit of frustration just kicks in. And I'm like, you know, that sour taste, that sour taste, you know, that you cannot wash off. I'm not even sure if I took I took link speed. So I take, I see the links. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of a lot of links. And I see that there's speed. And I'm like, oh shit. Well, okay. This is like faster speed.
Not enough minerals. Queen ready. Brenda's ready to rumble.
So this looks quite awful, that's for sure. Which is quite interesting because I have no idea. This literally just looks like a, I don't know, 15, like 14, 13, 12 maybe. I don't know. Like, I have no idea what this is, and to be honest, I actually haven't even checked. And I'm like, fuck this shit, and I miscontrol here. There's even that side. And yeah, I see 2 base. I don't even want to check the whole thing. I'm super frustrated. And then frustration got to me as I queued up into the next match.
No minerals.
And I was like, Protoss, side delta, kind of a counter rush map. I hate this. Do I want to like play macro? I set up my 4th, and the devil on my shoulders is like, make that 3rd drone. Make that 3rd drone. Then I'm like, fuck it, we bolt. Fuck it, we bolt. So basically, this is gonna be a 17-17, 18 hatch. So 17 gas, 17 pool, 18 hatch, which is kind of late. I see the natural being like, being there, guarded by that probe. And this is gonna be a scrappy game. I'm like, okay, let's see. Can I actually do this? And I'm like, where in the heck are you moving? Are you like doing this? And he's moving back. He's moving back. And I'm like, fuck this shit. And it's gonna be in time. Okay, I move it to the 3rd. And I just literally move it back. Okay, take the base. Take 2 more drones. I'm like, maybe I even overdroned. I don't know. You tell me, Jim. But yeah, the idea is I think I should have stayed on 17. So 18 basically, because I take a roach horn as well. And as you can see, I'm kind of like supply blocked right now. I check if there's like any kind of thing, like anything. And once again, make a bit of a mistake, but it's kind of like unintentional, sort of like it's an honest mistake because I make the overload faster because I feel like I put down that roach warren relatively in time, and I might get supply block before the roach is finished. I didn't pay attention correctly, so overload takes 18 seconds. As far as I know, and basically that's it. And now I see that my opponent is not really respecting my pool first shenanigans, so maybe he didn't even see it, because I'm not even sure if he saw the pool first. So this is quite weird. I'm not really moving out. So what I'm doing here is trying to patrol.
The swarm is
trying to patrol these links so nothing can actually come out. I even see a stalker, and I'm like, huh? Okay, fair enough, I guess. Here I should have made a roach into a ravager already. I even hesitate. I'm like, wait, what's my next step? Basically, the moral of the story is always have a plan moving in. You see the whole thing. Be like, okay, if I cheese, this is my cheese for the matchup. If I want to back row, this is my plan for this matchup. And if there's like something map specific, just deviate from it. Maybe he thinks that this is just like anything. And here he pauses and leaves, and I'm like, fuck this shit, dude. So you can see that I was frustrated, and I'm like, oh man, like even the wins don't feel good enough. And guess what, guys? We're back to ZvZ. Now this time around, I'm going to go for a semi macro opener. It's gonna be a 2-base roach opener into a 3rd base, while attacking his 3rd. If I scout the 3rd, of course. If I don't scout the 3rd, I take it earlier, but I'm trying to like go for a +1 attack with roach speed and roaches, no link speed, by the way. So I do the 15-15 opener, which is 15 hatch. I explained it a bit earlier. How that works with the extractor trick. You do another extractor trick and go 15 overlord and then 15 spawning pool. And now it gets a bit trickier because now you need to do a bit of memorizing, because you need to wait for the overlord to finish. Don't take a spawning pool, of course. We take that spawning pool at 15. The overlord will spawn by the time you get like 50 minerals. That kind of lines up, so it's nice. First 2 drones will go into the main mineral line, which means that you always keep 16 on gas. Now the 3rd one will take the gas, but the next 2 will go onto the natural mineral line, because the gas will not be finished by the time these 2 drones finish. So that means 2 more onto the natural, and then you start rallying into the gas. Your link speed would be extremely delayed if you would go for link speed, but you get 4 super fast 4 queens, and super fast 4 queens are actually nice. You can see I'm rallying, I'm making my 2 queens, no lings as of now. And I make, you can see I'm 25 out of 28. I make an overlord. And I believe I'm going to make like 1 drone, maybe 1 pair of lings, something like that. In ZvZ, I kind of want to make 1 pair of lings, at least. Because I want to see what's happening. Spoiler alert. I kind of find what I want over here, so the Sulings will be useful.
Queen's all done. Good choice. More gas. How many guys is that 1 out of?
Yeah, I'm looking at my supply, trying to not get supply blocked. Send across my 2 lings. Let's see what's happening. I think I even encountered his lings on the map. Yep, there it is. So we had the same idea, literally the same idea at the same time. I tried to hunt down his overlord, but I don't really actually get successful. Now, what happens here is going to be that I go for... Wait, what do I go for? Oh yeah, I go for a 310.
Queen is ready.
310 thingy.
Brood under attack. Panic time.
Okay, 4th queen finishes. Then I move into a lair.
No minerals.
So 310 Evo chamber, 320 roach warren with the lair in between as the queen's finishes. The queen in the main finishes. The second queen in the main. So total of 4 queens, that's the idea. The first 2 queens are getting pulled. The second, so 3rd and 4th queen are gonna be a tad bit delayed, so your inject might basically be a tad bit later. And here I'm like, oh shit, I fucked up the creep tumor, so I'm gonna have a bit of an awkward wall over here, but it is what it is. Now what's dangerous here is this could still be a 3 hatch link flooded. I see a bunch of links over here. I'm like, okay, can I actually do something? I pull my queens. I see that there's a drone there, which is a huge huge misclick, but it is what it is. I think I even pulled a drone, and I'm like, oh, hold on a moment. Okay, let's start whatever we have to start. And this is something that I
Not
did
enough
there.
gas,
You saw
but I'm
me
sure you'll
swap
have
that queen in the wall. Like I swapped the low HP one that got damaged.
Require more
One
Vespene
died,
gas.
and one actually got damaged. But the
engaged
one
the
behind
enemy
actually
on purpose?
had no energy. So I swapped that into the wall because now I have one transfuse. So that will buy me even more time. And now I'm just trying to make roaches. And this is the part where I
You need more
suck.
gas for that.
Don't have to tell me, I know it by myself. First of all, my gases were late. You should actually make your gases by the time you see that your mineral line will be saturated. And then you make those extra drones, and that's pretty much it. So you can actually like have a good mineral gas balance. Now what's happening here, I see that he's trying to take down those rocks, but obviously I'm not taking the third base. Maybe he thinks that I took that third base, but I didn't. And in the meantime, I basically just try not to get supply block. That is the bane of my existence. Getting supply block while trying to do this build. And now I take the third base while I'm moving out. So I'll have a road speed, I'll have +1 by the time I arrive there. And maybe my opponent actually did not pay attention on what those links died to.
More overlords, more happy zergs.
Okay, I'm trying to go up there. And there's the GG. And I see, okay, he had like road speed. Everything was a bit later for him. Everything was a tad bit later. And for the final game, bear with me guys. This is the funniest one, honestly. This is the funniest one. So I try to go for the same thing. I tried to go for the same 2 base opener, and I kind of have an idea here on this map because this one is actually a bit trickier. So I try to do something that you can do probably only on this map, which is gonna be walling off with the spawning pool, so you can actually hide your roach horn, which is quite nice in my opinion.
Got no minerals. Good job keeping that money down.
Okay, so the build is basically the same. Let me just grab a sip of water. Spawning pool a couple of seconds late, but not the end of the world. At this point, I'm like not gonna nitpick on my play because I know these mistakes. This is like, let me put it this way: I should probably play at night, and it still would be too hot. Because at night I have like probably 1 degree less. It's like 25 at best. Imagine that. I obviously sleep without pajamas because I would die otherwise. Let's just put it this way. And I have a vent blowing air onto me all night long. So that's basically my sleeping setup, so to say. That is really frustrating, not gonna lie. But anyways, so the build is going to be the same, and now I can actually just hide my roach horn right in the back of my base, something like that, or in the center, or whatever I want to, because I can actually wall up with. It's a tiny ramp, right? That leads into my main and natural combined. Also, I don't need that many drones on this map because I have like gold patches on that natural, which is obviously amazing. I can get away with 4 less drones. That means I can make more roaches.
Brenda's ready to rumble.
More larvae for roaches and all that stuff. Now once again, I pull my queens there, and I try to check, or sorry, deny his scouting. I try to like check what's happening. You know, I'm going to send in the lings. I try to put my queens in position. You know, just trying to be defensive and then be aggressive. So this is the first step of this
new queen
build.
And she's disappointed.
Oops, I'm like, oh, I don't want to put it there because I was not sure if that's like good enough. I put it back there because I felt like I need at least 1 hex of touching. I see a building there. I'm like, okay, let's just see it. And I see on the map. Okay, so I'm gonna actually pause here for a bit. You might think that, oh, I didn't look at it, but I was like, that link is going to die instantly as it reaches that point. So if the building is finished, I'm going to see it. If not, then probably not anyways. I acknowledged in this particular situation, I acknowledged that today I am not fast enough, so I didn't bother. I was like, I'm gonna check back a bit later. I know it's not the best option, but I think I showcased how my gameplay is today. Okay, I see the Baneling Nest, I see the third base finishing up, and I'm like, okay, it's all good. Obviously, I didn't pay attention how many drones he's working with and all that stuff, so I'm curious what they're going to do. I'm going to pull into gas instantly. I could have pulled from normal patches, trying to pull back onto the gold patches as well, so trying to do it efficiently, so I actually abuse those gold patches. Try to spread some creep, you know, so my reinforcements and my roaches actually, mostly my roaches, because I'm not really going for lings, and I'm not even going for what do you call it? I'm not even going for ravagers. Usually I just make mass roach with +1, because I kind of feel like making ravagers, if you are not really good with the biles, or if you like don't need to like burst down a building super fast, if your opponent has like 5-10 more roaches and you have those in ravagers, I think you just lose the fight, unless your opponent doesn't like micro. But you can literally just stutter step into your opponent and you'll be fine. Now once again, I make a bunch of overlords in laser lord moment. Try to deny the scouting. Gonna do my best there. Gonna spread some more creep. I'm like, okay, whatever.
You can't do your disgust. More
whatever.
More happy zerg.
Alright, so now I move out because I see that everything is looking fine.
All done evolving.
My third base is on the way, so I'm trying to do something here. I kind of need like an F2 and just grab everything, even those slowlings. Although now that I think about it, those slowlings could stay home just in case, at least a couple of them, and be on the same control group as my queens, but it is what it is. I'm not really going to like be nitpicky about it. Alright, I see a bunch of roaches here. And I see that he has quite a lot, and I think I even saw +1. Even saw +1, so he was going for some kind of an interesting build here. I deny these lings coming in. I don't think I actually cancelled that, but I'm not sure. Maybe I cancelled it. Oh, I think I cancelled it. Gonna spread some creep and try to catch off anything that's basically stood there or remained there. And I try to go once again for an attack, like a direct attack, with like those 50 roaches that I have, or like 50 or so roaches. Now I see that I lose my base once again. It's quite unlucky, and I even like let these links slip in, and I'm like, oh shit, no. He has quite enough. I try to hotkey a couple of roaches, but he spreads his links, and I don't shift click my stuff. I'm trying to remake a couple of drones, but this is looking mighty tough. I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I'm trying to move up there, and slowly but surely I'm getting in. I'm surrounding him. I'm trying to do whatever I can. And this is extremely funny because I am dead at this point, right? I mean, look at I have like 9 drones on minerals and like 6 or 7 drones on gas or something like that. So I have around, okay, let's say I have around 18 drones, I can remember. I think I checked at the end, and I'm like, what? look at my face. My face tells the whole story. My opponent, Hydra GG, dude. I even laugh about it. I'm like, yes. I'm ironically happy about the victory because I know I played this like kind of badly. All right, Mauzy from the future here, aka Editor Mauzy, and turns out that my opponent did not exactly eat a GG. We can argue if it was over or not. I was on 18 drones, he had 20 more drones, and he had a couple roaches in production as well. Those popped, and maybe with some support, spending the rest of the larva, just, trying at least a tad bit, pulling some workers, all that stuff. Maybe he could have survived, and then it could have gone on for a bit longer. But yeah, it was a tough situation. Not exactly an Nitro GG, but sort of a Nitro GG. So the end is gonna be 3,500. We're still not back into the Diamond 2 range. That is 3,550. But it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen. This was a terrible episode, I know. But bear with me. If you watched until this point, thank you so much. You're the real one. You're the real MVP. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your presence. And if you enjoyed it, consider subscribing to the Mauzy TV. We have a new series called Seen on Stream, which is going to be like stream highlight matches, full matches that I feel like they were fun or like weird or something like that. We're gonna have some Phasmophobia as well, and of course the Hero Rising. And while you're at it, check out MauzyCast as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, Mauzy fam.